हाय गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। तो चलो चलते हैं, आज स्टार्ट करते हैं स्टैंडर्ड 6 बुक साइंस चैप्टर नंबर 9। तो चलो चलते हैं चैप्टर 9 के तरफ, क्वेश्चन आंसर डिस्कशन करते हैं। अगर अभी तक कोई भी मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं की तो पहले सब्सक्राइब कर लो, साइड पे जो बेल आइकन है उस पर प्रेस करो ताकि जो भी मैं वीडियो पोस्ट करूँ वो आपको सही टाइम पर मिल जाए, ताकि आपकी जो डाउट्स है वो क्लियर हो जाए, देन आपको कुछ फ़ायदा भी मिले। देन ये है आपके चैप्टर 9 द प्लांट वर्ल्ड। तो चलो चलते हैं क्वेश्चन के तरफ। फर्स्ट एमसीक्यू है, टिक द करेक्ट ऑप्शंस। ट्रांसपिरेशन इन प्लांट टेक्स प्लेस थ्रू लीव्स। द फ्लैट ग्रीन पार्ट ऑफ द लीफ इज कॉल्ड लैमिना. The flower is attached to the stem by a pedicel. Nodes and internodes are present on the stem. The part of the plant that is called its backbone is the stem. Medium-sized plants with woody stems are called shrubs. The leaves of cactus plant are modified into spines. The male part of a flower is called the stamen. Give two examples of each of the following: hops, coriander, sunflower, creepers, watermelon, pumpkin. Bisexual flowers, hibiscus and pea. Then incomplete flowers, dead plum, mulberry. Plants with taproots, mango, neem. Unisexual flowers, cucumber, papaya. Match the following: short plant, hop; tall plant, tree; medium-sized plants anchors the plant. Medium-sized plants shrub, root is anchors the plant. Rewrite its statements correctly by changing the underlined words. Plants with reticulate venation have fibrous roots. गलत, tap roots होगी. Then stamen is the female part of a flower. नहीं, carpel is the female part of a flower. Banyan tree has breathing roots. नहीं, prop roots. Axillary bud is present on the tip of a stem. गलत, apical bud is present on the tip of a stem. Petals protect the flower when it is bud. गलत, sepals protect the flower when it is a bud. The second hole of a flower is the stamen. गलत, the second hole of a flower is the stamen is the petals. Then label the following diagram suitably. then यहाँ पर इस फिगर के डायग्राम में देख लो। आई में फिलामेंट, डबल आई में एंथर, थर्ड आई होगा आपका स्टिग्मा, 4 स्टाइल, देन 5 ओवारी, 6 हो जाएगा पेटल, 7 हो जाएगा आपका ओव्यूल, देन 8 हो जाएगा आपका सेपल। देन चलो यहाँ पर आ जाओ, वेरी शॉर्ट आंसर टाइप क्वेश्चंस। व्हिच पार्ट ऑफ प्लांट फिक्सेस इन इट इन द सॉइल? रूट्स. What are plants with green tender stems called hops? Give an example of a climber. Grapevine. Name a plant whose leaves are modified to thorns. Bougainvillea. Then name a complete flower. Hibiscus. Short answer type questions. First, define prop roots. The roots that give additional support to the plant are called prop roots. For example, plant like bamboo and banyan give out extra roots from their branches that grow downwards and anchor in the soil. Second question, what are creepers? Plants that have thin, weak stems and are unable to stand erect on their own are called creepers. For example, watermelon and pumpkin. Then define axillary bud. The bud present where leaves make an angle with the stem is called axillary bud. It gives rise to branches. Then D number, what is midrib? The midrib is the main or central vein of the leaf from which numerous side veins arise. Then 5 number, E number, give two functions of root. The functions of roots are as follows. First one is roots anchor the plant in the soil. Second one is roots absorb water and minerals from the soil. What are root nodules? Plants like peas and beans have small swellings on the roots called root nodules. Nodules contain rhizobium bacteria that can fix atmospheric nitrogen. Define photosynthesis. The process of manufacturing food by green leaves of plants is termed as photosynthesis. Then long answer types, write two modifications in roots and stems. Modification in roots, the roots of plants like carrot, turnip store food and are the swollen and fleshy. The roots of plants like dahlia and asparagus can develop into new plants. Then secondary modifications in stems, some stem like that of zinger, onion and potato store food. Some plants like cactus and opuntia that grow in the desert areas manufacture food in their green fleshy stem. B. Explain the parts of a leaf. Support your answer with a diagram. Leaf is the flat green part of the plant that arises from the node of a stem or its branches. A leaf has the following parts. First one is petiole. It is the part that attaches the leaf to the stem. It is also called stalk. Lamina. It is the broad, flat, green part of the leaf. It is also called leaf blade. Then third, midrib. It is the main or central vein of the leaf from which numerous side veins arise. Then four, side veins. These are tiny veins that arise from either side of the midrib. The veins transport food and water and provide support to the leaf. यहाँ पर जो पिक्चर करनी है वो ये वाली आप लोग पिक्चर कर लेना. पार्ट्स ऑफ ए लीफ का पिक्चर करनी है तो आप लोग सब ये वाली पिक्चर करने ला. और यहाँ पर जो नेमिंग किया गया है पिक्चर की जो नेमिंग वो भी आप लोग कर लेना. Then आ जाओ नंबर सी. डिफाइन द टर्म्स वेनेशन, climbers, transpiration and pollination. Venation. Leaf venation is the design or pattern made by the veins in a leaf. Leaf venation is of two types, reticulate venation and parallel venation. Reticulate venation, the veins form a net-like pattern on both sides of the midrib as seen in the leaves of neem, rose and pea plant. Parallel venation, the veins run parallel to one another as seen in grasses and leaves of the banana plant. Then double I, climbers. Some plants have very weak stems. They take the support of neighboring structures like sticks and wax to climb up. Such plants are called climbers. Plants like pea, money plant and grapevine are some examples of climbers. Then triple I, transpiration. Transpiration is the process by which extra water present in the plant is released from the stomata in the form of water vapor. Transpiration helps in cooking of leaves and upward transport of water from the roots to other parts of the plant. Pollination, the process of transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of a flower is called pollination. Number D, write a short note on leaf modifications. So, right here, some of the modifications of the leaf are as follows. The leaves of plants like cactus and prickly pear are reduced to thorns or spines to prevent water loss and from being eaten by grazing animals. The leaves or leaflets of some plants like pea and glory lily are modified into leaf tendrils that coil around and help the plant to climb up. The leaves of plants like bryophyllum and begonia develop buds on the margins. These buds grow into new plants like onion star food. Then leaves of some plants like onion store food. The leaves of some plants like Venus, flytrap and peach plant are modified to trap insects. Then last one is the last point. The leaves of most plants are broad and flat. More than surface area exposed to sunlight, more will be the rate of photosynthesis. Then number E, explain the four holes of a flower. A flower generally has four parts or holes. There are as follows. First one is sepals. Some green leaf-like structure at the base of the flower that protects flower in the bud stage. They form the outermost hole या फिर first hole of the flower. Then petals. Petals constitute the second hole of the flower. They are brightly colored part of the flower that attracts insects for pollination. Some petals are sweet smelling. Then stamen. It is the male part of a flower. that forms the third hole of the flower is stamen consists of a thin long filament with a bilobed head called anther. Pollen grains are present in the anther lobes. They contain the male sex cells. Then for pistil or carpel, it is the innermost hole of a flower. It is the female reproductive part of the flower. It consists of three parts. A swollen portion at the base is called the ovary. The ovary extend upwards into their long tube-like structure called style. The style ends in a knob-like structure called the stigma. The stigma receives the male gametes. देन यहीं पर आपकी ख़त्म होती है इसके क्वेश्चन आंसर नंबर 8 तक। तो अगर किसी को और कुछ चाहिए ज़्यादा किसी भी टॉपिक पे तो मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में बता सकते हो। मैं हूँ आपके सरोजिनी दास फ्रॉम सरस्वती एकेडमी। अगर आपको मेरी वीडियो अच्छा लगे लाइक एंड शेयर करना मत भूलिएगा। धन्यवाद। शुभ रात्रि।